personal. Really cool about what we do at SCRS and what we do with our awards. In not one certain year do we give the same award every single year. We search high and low. It's kind of what I would say is a rarity for us to give awards. It's a rarity for us to give 5, 6, 7 awards in one luncheon. We feel as though it means more. We don't want to just rehash every year. We don't want to find the person to fill the role, so to speak. And I say that because the people that we award and will be awarded today have separated themselves to where we don't have to search for them. They've come forth and they've made an impact in our industry. With that said, our first award, which is a great honor, is our Humanitarian Award. And with that being said, I'd like to have Mike Quinn come forth to present that award, please.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. I'd like to congratulate SCRS and all their board members, and can echo Jeff's comments of earlier. And I'd like to recognize Aaron Schulenberg. I think he's done a phenomenal job with this organization. I thought you were going to tee this off, so I'm going to start quickly here. So the SCRS Humanitarian Award is intended to recognize an individual or group in the collision industry whose efforts advance the collision repair industry through support of humanitarian activities in their community outside the industry. So serving on the board of directors of the Collision Industry Foundation, many of you may know that we answer the call when tragedy strikes, i.e. Katrina, Hurricane Harvey, and most recently the Paradise fires in California. And I want you to imagine for a minute waking up in the morning, getting on your day at 6:30 a.m. and you heard about a fire that's about 40 miles away as of yesterday, and then all of a sudden you head to work. 9 o'clock, your husband calls, says, I'm running in to get our birth certificates, that's all I'm going to be able to get. We're going to lose everything. And literally, they lost everything. Now, that's not that unusual in a circumstance like a fire. For those of you who do know, you may have seen the YouTube videos with literally people driving through walls of fire. It was burning on both sides of the roads. If you saw some of the pictures, you'll know that vehicles were abandoned in the middle of the street that had caught on fire because it was raining pine cones of fire. And right next door to Becky's house is a completely untouched house. And over here there's untouched homes. It was just this random series, but yet, as many of you know, pretty much 80% of the town burned down, burned to the ground. They had no ability to fight the fire. They were simply trying to get people evacuated, which they did. Anyway, so imagine that for a moment, okay? And imagine all of a sudden you were fortunate enough to find an apartment in Chico, California. You've lost your job, you lost everything, and you don't know where to go. And fortunately, through this Collision Industry Foundation, we reached out to local jobbers in the area who then put the word out to the repair community that there's assistance available. And this woman, Becky Rogers, reached out to me and to the board, and we reached out to her and communicated with her. And she said, but I don't need any help. There's so many other people that need help here. And I asked her to share with me her story, which she told me exactly what I just told you. And I thought that, obviously my first reaction was, here's a real selfless individual. And of course, once you get to know Becky, you know how organized she is, and she'd be a dream person for anyone here to have in your shop, because she was the kind of person who wanted to get there early, stay late, was always organized, had her supplements in a row, everything ready to go. And she was ready that day. So for this turn of events, what she did, she immediately turned to her fellow collision repairers in the market that had a need, and she said, I need you to help this family, I need you to help that family. During Christmas, we raised funds and had a Christmas party. We had about 120 members of the collision repair community attend that Christmas party where we had Santa Claus, and we actually had some semblance of a Christmas for those families. If you know, it was November 8th, of 2018 when the fire hit. Those folks were not allowed back into their area at all until sometime in December. I think December 12th was the party, and I think December 10th they were let in. December 13th, my wife and I were just escorted into the surprise area and toured around with Becky and her husband, went and saw their house, and it was literally just a fireplace that was left. That was all. They lost everything, and she helped us through this by identifying other families and other organizations who had a need, other shops that had lost everything. And I just want to mention something. When these events take place, our biggest concern, of course, is, and the CIF is a nonprofit organization, so your donation, 100% of that goes to help. We're all volunteers, 100% of that goes to help individuals in need. Our job is to make sure that those funds are used in a good manner. And so we try to identify what we call boots on the ground. And we have to get boots on the ground so that we can, ensure that these funds will be, well, guess what Becky became? She became our boots on the ground, and she did a phenomenal job. And I almost had to, pry it out of her to allow us to help her. But, and she brought help to others at a time when, everyone was suffering a tragedy. It was a tremendous loss. And any of you that were participating in any of these are aware of that. But I don't know that I've ever, it's interesting, I don't know that in any of the other storms or any of the other events that I participated in that I ever worked with someone as selfless as she was. So Becky, this one's for you. You certainly rose to the occasion and exemplify our industry and one who gives back and serves the industry. So Becky, this one's for you. I will mention this. Becky, we had hoped to have Becky come here. The CIF and SCRS were going to pitch in and surprise her and get her out. We're trying to just have her to come and share with the industry. She wasn't aware that she was going to receive an award. And she was about doing that. She had started a new job, and she went to her boss, and the boss said, okay, well, they're going to send you to CIC. Well, that's wonderful. And she didn't know anything about this. And I got to tell you, and then one of her new coworkers had a tragedy in her household. And she lost her husband. This woman lost her husband, totally unexpectedly. And Becky called and said, I'm sorry, I have to turn you down. The shop needs me. So that's what kind of woman she is. So Becky, thank you again for what you did.
Mike, thank you. Very, very descriptive, and like I said earlier, these people just come forth. And there's an exemplary amount of people in our industry that do so. Our next award to present today is our Collision Industry Individual Service Award, focusing on the individual. And I would ask for Lou Delisio to please come forth to present the award.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure and honor to be here today to present this award. The Collision Industry's Individual Service Award is intended for anyone in the collision industry that exhibits actions, getting too old, actions that would be considered exemplary in maintaining and advancing the collision repair industry. The person that we're going to give this award to today is the epitome of that. It's also, in our lives today, we kind of stereotype people, and we put everybody into categories, and we consider anybody in those categories to be the same as everyone else. This particular person is the exact opposite of the category stereotype. This person is best known for their contributions to the industry as a lawyer and consumer advocate. She's produced countless articles, presentations, supporting roles for collision repair associations and collision repair businesses, serving as one of the industry's foremost experts with legal knowledge and a deep and involved understanding of the collision repair business, the issues and the impact those issues have on consumers. She serves as chief counsel for Vehicle Information Services Incorporated. She was a founder of the nonprofit organization, the Automotive Education and Policy Institute. She's impacted policy, legislation, litigation that's had broad impact on the industry. She served as an industry resource for such news entities as USA Today, the Wall Street Journal Online, Kiplinger's Personal Finance, and the New York Times. Most recently, she's been added as a consumer liaison to the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. Most of you that were in the room earlier this morning had an opportunity to see this person at work. And it's my personal honor to introduce Ms. Eversman.
I still have to look left. I do. That made me cry. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this board. I am deeply touched. I love this industry. I love the people in it. I hate to see how much you struggle and suffer sometimes, which is part of what really drives me to help you help customers. And I am absolutely honored to be chosen for this award. Thank you very much.
For our next award, our Lifetime Achievement Award nationally, Mr. Jeff Hindler, please.
This is where the fun comes in. First thing I'm going to say is the Lifetime National Achievement Award has only been presented 14 times prior to this in our 40-year history, or 35 years. How long have I been around? 35 years. I've been around too long, so 14 times prior to this beautiful trophy has been presented and probably sits in the living rooms of some prominent individuals, many of whom have passed away probably by now. But it's my pleasure to think about a National Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. And when you talk about a lifetime, this started in 1957, 62 years ago. And as I go through this list, much like Erica, she started smiling about the second line in, knowing who we were talking about. This individual will know, but he will be honored, he will be shocked that I'm the guy that gets to present this, because over the years, there's been battles in this industry. And we haven't always stood on the same side of the line, but we've always stood on one line, and that is the betterment of this industry. This gentleman, he stands on that line so hard that the line shrinks. His goals in life, as he told an interviewer in a magazine article a few years ago, was to strive for collision repair excellence, to affirm and defend the rights of independent business owners, to serve our clients without any third-party interference. His goals are to resist any influence of outside entities that would mandate the use of inferior parts, materials, and/or techniques that could be utilized in the repair of our customers' vehicles. His goal was to increase consumer awareness as to any third-party efforts to negate, dilute, or otherwise compromise the rights of vehicle owners. For 62 years, to support the actions of those entities when said efforts are consistent with the best interests of vehicle owners. To facilitate consumer protection in any administrative, investigative, or political process that may attempt to affect or influence the rights of vehicle owners and/or those who seek to serve them. His goal, to encourage our collision repair clients to promote ethical business practices that will benefit the industry and the vehicle owner, and to promote our name and mission recognition among consumers. President and founder, Coalition for Collision Repair Excellence. Nothing says it any better than that. Tony Lombardozzi. Let me hold that for you, Tony, while you think something.
Sorry, guys and teachers, guys and ladies. When I first began my little quest in this industry, I said one thing to myself and to other people. I want to leave this industry a little bit better than when I first got in it. And that was a long time ago. 1957 seems like yesterday to me, but many of you weren't around. I think we've accomplished a lot of it. We have a long way to go. I keep trying, and I will keep trying. But I'll tell you one thing, this isn't only for me. This award is for everybody that's in this industry who goes to work every day and tries to make the industry better. So let's continue that, make this a better industry. And to everyone else, thank you very much. You got me, Jeff. This is the first time in a long time.
Right on time. God, I love it when mine comes together. And I love it when we can surprise people like Eric and Tony and Becky and surprise them because their work effort, tireless work effort, helps every one of us in this industry. I mean, I've battled with Tony and battled with him, battled against him, but he comes through. He comes through. Well, folks, that's our luncheon for the year 2019. Great to honor some new board members and some continuing board members, some past chairmen, our corporate people that support us all year long. It's an amazing effort, and I'm loved to have been a part of it since 1983. And I remember the first meeting, we had to put curtains or cloths over the windows so that the insurance adjusters and people didn't know who was in the room. True story. But here we are, standing proud, and we'll continue to stand proud. Aaron, great job to you, the crew, the board of directors that run this organization. I couldn't be prouder. I feel like a father who's watched his son become a man, and that's exactly where we are in this industry. Thank you all for coming.